What is up, guys? Time for your suppressed news of the day. I don't know what I am smiling for. We are completely cooked. We're cooked. Please interact with these buttons on the side here. This kind of news does not get out. They would much rather you be watching twerking videos right now. So please, pay it forward to the next person. The first 5 people in like 300 viewers hit all of these buttons, it gets pushed to like thousands. So just please do your thing. All right. What is going on in the world today? Good God. So let's start with the main one, and then I will give you 2 other stories, and you'll see how all 3 branch into something very serious. Like I'm not being hyperbolic here. Very serious. We all know about Trump declaring one step before martial law in DC. So he's got the National Guard coming down there. He's taking out the local police, bringing in the federal. It has never been done before. It's from this really obscure law, and people are calling it right out, right away. They're like, this is not because of crime statistics. He is flexing his power right now to show what he can actually get away with on American soil. The crime statistics say that crime has been going down in DC for the last 2 years. He's saying that the statistics are being doctored. We couldn't even get the National Guard for natural disaster events all across the country that desperately needed them. But we're bringing it down to DC. You can pretty much guarantee that this is not just about bringing crime down in Washington, DC. Okay, so next, alongside of that, we have Palantir. Palantir is a huge tech company that was basically seeded by the CIA. The CIA provided the startup funds because they could not legally create the type of entity and the type of program that they wanted to because they were a government body. So they funded a private group to create this enormous database on not just American citizens, the entire world, but you better believe that it's on American citizens as well. They have a list of 2 million American citizens that they consider dangerous and risky, basically, for revolution, activism, all that kind of stuff. They have a list of 2 million people that they're already looking a little closer at because of the stuff that they search online or because of the groups that they're involved in. Now, obviously there are some very serious groups, terrorist organizations and stuff like that this is helping combat with. Same with the cartels. So it's not like it's just complete 1984 Orwellian type program, but it's so easy to see how this slips down into a bad road, right? So we've got the federal takeover of DC. We've got Palantir getting together this database of what they consider dangerous American citizens. And then we've got the riots, specifically in LA over the last couple of days and weeks, but riots all over the country. Just getting crazier and crazier and crazier. Not to mention, here's another way that these are connected. So these riots have been really, really associated with ICE, and Palantir has just been, ICE is the government body that rounds up illegal immigrants, deals with illegal immigration, all that kind of stuff. So Palantir and ICE have gotten together over the last, couple weeks, months, and are putting together an illegal migrant map, a grid that they can track these guys through. And I'm a computer science major. I can give just a little more detail to what people might not think about. It's really common knowledge, though. These devices that are all around us are able to be tapped into. For God's sake, SWAT teams do this thing from time to time, where they are trying to find where somebody's at within a house. So they'll start basically reading the wireless signals of all the devices within that building, and it will give a topological map almost, where it shows, okay, the waves aren't going through this human-sized thing over in the corner here. I guess that's our guy. So there's all sorts of ways to take advantage of the tech that already exists to make it more and more suppressive, but they don't even have to do that. We've got surveillance cameras everywhere, and they are very upfront with the fact that they are using facial recognition data and biological readers, all that, the way that you walk, like the gait of your walk, all of these things are used to keep tabs on people. And I know it sounds far in the future. For one, it's not. The technology already exists. And two, you just have to go to countries like China or Israel or North Korea if they could afford some of the stuff. Like, these places are completely implementing this technology and are using it to track people's every move to make sure that dissent is done away with immediately. So you've got all three of these events. You've got the federal takeover, you've got Palantir and their doomsday projects, and you've got serious riots that are happening in America. I see potentially, I mean, I'm sure that you get where I'm going here. I see potentially a huge conflict breaking out within the country over these type of things. The way that we're going about it is been proven not to work, for starters, but really has so much less to do with cleaning up the streets and more to do with getting that law and order sort of implemented into people's minds, normalizing the idea that the government can just take over Washington, D.C.'s police force and send in the National Guard. And the more that these things happen, and then the more that the news reports to us, oh, things are getting worse and worse from the civilians, everybody's rioting, then we come to our big brother government and they're like, hey, you gotta help us out, please, we're so scared. And he's like, oh yeah, no problem. Whenever we're talking about modern governments, any kind of law that has been implemented, any kind of ground that government has gained as far as less freedom, more security, they have never given it back. They have never given it back. So that will not be happening here unless we get some type of, revolutionary change, which would be, honestly, bad. It would be bad because of how violent it would wind up being. And it absolutely would be. So we have to consider all these things. I know that it's kind of fun to cosplay as like a revolutionary that's like, yeah, get down with the CEOs, blah, blah, blah. But whenever this stuff does actually break out in serious riots, I mean, like I said, I live in St. Louis, Missouri, right? So Ferguson, Mike Brown Ferguson, that's like literally like 15 minutes from where I live. This stuff gets serious and a lot of people get hurt. So we have to take it seriously. That being said, they're kind of pushing us into these corners to where nobody knows what else to do, All right, guys, if you stuck around for the whole thing, wow, look at you go. Thank you so much. Please interact with these buttons. I really appreciate it. DM me if you got topics that you want me to talk about. Peace.